You are listening to the TN Horror Podcast Network.
Beyond the Basement with Jim Jam, Johnny, and Yeti. That is right, where we talk about whatever we feel like talking about. Johnny, of course, and today we're going to be talking about, of course, QuarenTalk. We're going to have our session of QuarenTalk. Got something about the space mission to Mars. That's pretty positive, and we're going to talk about a killer, the fast food killer. Now I go blank on his name.
Paul Dennis Reid.
Yeah, I was over there thinking of David for some reason. I'm like, no, that's not it, dude. You're wrong. But yeah, Paul Dennis Reid, the fast food killer that was in Nashville, Tennessee in 1997. And if you are, we hope you had a good Easter or Passover or whatever. If you celebrate it, hope it was good for you. If you don't, well, still hope you had a good weekend. It is raining here this Sunday, and it's been pouring down rain, actually. Found quite a few thunderstorms.
It kind of made me nervous with all this thunderstorms because I had a dream of a tornado last night in my neighborhood. So I hope my dream ain't a premonition or something.
Here's a fun little thing for you that you bring that up. There's an old thing from somewhere, I read it years and years ago, that if you tell someone your dream right after you wake up in the morning, it's a good possibility that it could come true.
Well, I don't think I told it right
so,
after. So
yeah. So we're good. No tornado in your neighborhood.
Sweet.
Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. I had some fucked up dreams last night myself. So cops were after me and my family. And
oh, shit.
Well, definitely don't be telling nobody that dream right after you get up.
I'll tell my brother. But, I mean, my dad and my brother was in it, and my dad's passed away. I think it was more of a separation thing than, like a subconsciously, they're not in my life right now because, my brother's away, and then my dad's passed away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I couldn't get the truck running. Like, we was in an old 3 on the tree truck my dad used to have, like 3 on the column, and I couldn't get it. So it's pretty much like, I can't get my life running because, some people were missing in my life is the way that I take it.
Yeah, with the holiday coming up, it really.
Yeah. It really
was
did,
it one of them old GMC Sierra or GMCs?
No, it was a Chevrolet, like a 68, late 60s model step side.
Oh man,
had the big,
I love them
big
old trucks.
Front end.
Yeah.
And that was his work truck. He spray painted it blue.
Nice.
He worked on it, fucking changed the clutch out on that motherfucker so many times. I mean, he was a painter. So he had all of his, the fucking rails up to put his ladders and, his paint buckets and toolbox. And, he changed the motor out. Like, he worked on that motherfucker so much. But it was easy to work on. That kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't ever forget he spray painted it blue and you could wipe the paint off. You could touch it and you'd fucking get blue on you because, it's spray paint. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it looked all right. It was just an old beat up truck, But anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
They might not be there for you right now for, the circumstances, but we got you, bro. We got you.
I appreciate that. It's always good to have friends and family, especially in this time that we're going through. Us personally, we're still locked down here in Tennessee. The order is supposed to be lifted on Tuesday at midnight. Wednesday morning, I guess it would be Wednesday at midnight. How that works, you know what I'm saying? But that's probably not going to happen. I wouldn't think that it's going to happen because ourselves, we work with automotive industry, like what me and Jimmy do, or Jim Jam. We're off 2 more weeks. So we're not going back to the 27th, maybe.
Yeah.
That's a big
I thought it was until the 30th.
No. Well, I don't know if I've only seen the update of the 14th was the in California it's the 30th.
I think that's what the CDC's wanting is the 30th. Maybe that's what I was thinking
Yeah.
of.
I think that's where that's why California is doing it to the 30th. But here in Tennessee, you know, there's actually a model of what Kentucky did compared to Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And Kentucky shut down a week earlier than we did. The governor there, they have half the cases.
Yeah.
So
Because
they ran it early. They were more cautious, and I guess it's because a lot of people, some of these governors, and don't want to be blamed for like the economy in the state. You know.
Yeah. Everybody is like all these governors are fucking. You guys have seen Jaws.
Yeah.
They're the mayor from Jaws. Every fucking one of them.
Yeah, they're worried about the money.
Yeah, they're worried about the money over fucking human life. And it's fucking, it's irritating as piss. Like, it boils my piss to see these people who we've elected to lead our state not wanting to fucking act, being too fucking cowardly to act. You know, and it's costing lives, man. And it's fucking, that's where I'm at in this whole thing is I'm fucking mad, dude. I'm mad.
Let me point this out to you. Let me point a little fact or what I think. It's probably okay. Don't call it a fact. Let's not call it. But the states that are in debt don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Like California and New York, they're probably in debt because of all the fucking aid that they give to people.
Yeah.
But Tennessee has like surplus of cash.
Yeah.
And they want to keep that surplus. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of it's fucked up. I agree though. It is fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, because dead people don't fucking spend money. I don't think they realize that shit. I don't know, man.
They don't want to. They're not welfare states. That's what you know what I mean. Like it's like we don't like giving away money. We don't. Well, motherfucker, you're gonna have to. Like because the next 2 weeks we're gonna have
you got to give somewhere.
Yeah, and I can kind of understand it both ways. But just real quick, if you're listening to this on a app or whatever you listen to on, the video will be up on YouTube. We are doing a Skype video. Just if you want to see our faces, just want to throw that out there. I meant to throw that out there at the beginning, so sorry about that. Sorry for interrupting QuarenTalk. But under quarantine though, if speaking of something positive news, Isaac Thorne is offering his novel and his short stories for free on an audio book. The audios or whatever for it for free. Ebooks, not audio, ebooks to the 30th of April. So go fucking read that stuff, man.
Yeah, I think he used, what is it, promo code Homebound on his site.
You go to isaacthorne.com, right?
Yeah.
You just search Isaac Thorne author, and maybe Jim Jam will look that up real quick for us to definitely make sure. But yeah, the Gordon place, like, dude, like if you're at home, ladies, gentlemen, if you're at home, whatever you identify with, go read that. It's fun.
Really fucking good.
Yeah, it'll get you in a mood, and you'll just be like, dude, and it'll just take your time away, and you'll be happy that you read it, and it's like, wow, and go freaking review it if you do read it, I mean, it's free. If you like reading, it's free, like.
It's Isaac. Go to isaacthorne.com. That's ISAACTHORNE.com. Use code Homebound.
Okay, use right.
And get all of his short stories and the Gordon Place on ebooks for free. I mean, it's fucking. I mean, you can't beat that.
No, you can't. And he's doing. Like, for him to do that, he's putting that out there for free for people, He's doing his part to help people out, to get through a time where you're sitting at home. And heck, if you got kids that like to read, some scary stories, and you like to read, y'all can sit and discuss the book, the novel, the short stories, and, have a family book night.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
That's pretty awesome to me, And he's a
Oh.
really great guy. So
yeah, I follow him on Instagram. I don't do Twitter, but I follow him on Instagram, and he's been posting every day like a breakdown of just the numbers from Johns Hopkins of of the COVID numbers. So that honestly, that's how I've been kind of keeping track of stuff. I don't want to read any news anymore. You know what I'm saying? Except for like important updates. I don't want to I don't want my shit editorialized. I just want to look at the numbers.
I don't read news on COVID anymore. I don't read it. I see the headlines because I do look at the news every day. Like I'm at that age now. I'm almost 40 years old, so I do look at the news. And if you're younger and you're listening to this, just look at headlines at least and see if something catches your eye. The news is not a bad thing. I mean, but it does kind of depress you every once in a while.
No, but right now, especially where we're at, we've got the 24-hour news cycle. We've got fucking a billion news outlets, and they're all pumping out the same fucking bad news. And
Jim did show me or send over, auto insurance is going to be giving you a discount if you got auto insurance on some of these places.
That's cool.
I looked it up. I can save a maximum of 25%. Just depends on what state you're in.
Sweet.
Yeah,
I'm like, well, it should be 50 because I'm driving fucking 75% less.
I think
You know what I'm saying?
20% or some shit.
20?
Yeah. And I was actually looking up the Isaac Thorne thing, but Yeti beat me to it.
Yeah.
Slow, Jamie. Our Jamie's real slow today.
I just went to his website and it wasn't on there.
I got you.
So, yeah, dude, I don't, I've been drinking again and fucking, just trying to watch movies and TV shows and shit. And I'm just trying to because it's getting to a point now where, like I said earlier, I'm mad at, people in leadership. Yeah. And it's not a political thing. It's a fucking, I don't have a political alignment. So I'm not, fucking on either side here. I'm just on Team Human at this point.
Yeah.
I think you have there are two teams playing in opposition here, and it's Team Human Being and Team Corporation. And I mean, that's what we see play out every fucking day, but COVID has really laid bare the disparity between the corporate giant and who it's willing to step on. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Really seeing here lately on I don't know if you want to call it YouTubers or some podcasts and stuff of what do you think is going to change permanently from this? Like now we're in talks of it's been quite a while. It's been a month or longer. People are fucking locked down, and it's like, what do you think is permanently going to change? Do you think people are going to shake hands anymore?
Yeah, I think so, man. I think a lot of people are fucking really jonesing for that human contact. You know what I'm saying?
Stranger wise, are you shaking a stranger's hand that you don't know? Like we come up, yeah, we're fucking doing the, I don't know if we call it a handshake, but the whatever men do. You know what I'm saying? That whole you fucking cup hands, you shake, you do the little bro hug. You know what I mean? Like with people I know, it's gonna happen, but with strangers, probably not much. Like which I probably didn't really, fist bump. That's become more the norm, anyways. With people you don't really know, you do a little fist bump. You ain't as close to.
I don't know. I prefer with people I don't know. I prefer a good old fashioned firm handshake. I think I really hope that's something that's not going to go away.
I don't shy away from a handshake. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
because to me, and it is old fashioned now.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of people don't do a handshake anymore. It's just with, I don't know.
I think some people are going to be gun shy for a while at least.
Yeah. They're coming home and cleaning what you have. Like, that's why, man, it's fucked up. Like, I was already not a big germaphobe, but already, and Jim
Clean
can
person.
attest to this. He'd kind of make fun of me where I'm more, like, I think about that shit, and I don't like to have dirty hands. Like, it's an issue with me, and I know it might be like I don't like working on stuff to get dirty hands.
Right.
I mean, but that's an issue internally, because I like my hands to be clean. But now, because when I'd come home from the grocery store before, like, I was already thinking the whole ride home, like, I gotta go home and fucking wash my hands.
Right.
Fuck this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like this. So, and now it's like, well, goddamn, I gotta wipe down this fucking can of whatever I bought or this bottle.
Yeah.
It's become a little extra.
I've gotten in
door handles down, or
I've gotten into the habit of using hand sanitizer when I get back in the car, because when we do go out for supplies, it's me and the wife and the kid, and I figure I have the strongest immune system, so I'll go in, and I'm the least likely to get fucking run up on, So I'll go in and get what we need, but as soon as we get back in the car, I'm fucking hand sanitizer before I even put the seatbelt on. Shit.
And the hand sanitizer doesn't even do anything.
It makes me feel better.
It don't kill the virus. Like, I'm over here, dude. I did this the other day. I walked out of Food Line, and I carried the fucking little the sanitizing whatever, Lysol, whatever,
Yeah.
through the store with me after I wiped my buggy down. That's so fucked up. I was wiping I'd grab a handle, wipe that motherfucker down, wipe my hands off. I was wiping my hands off through the store with this fucking, and then when I left, I grabbed another one.
Hell yeah.
So I wiped my fucking hands off as I left, and then I got my car to wipe the steering wheel down. And then I got home and I still fucking washed my hands.
I don't think you can be overly cautious right now.
And
Yeah,
John
like,
would be the one to get COVID-19.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, I really got sick. I remember the one time I got the flu and I thought that same fucking day or that week is that Friday before I was come down with the flu on Monday. I didn't wash my hands enough today. And then that Monday I fucking had the flu. Or I hadn't been washing my hands enough through the week. And I realized that, and then I come down with the flu, and it was like, that's not going to happen again.
It was a coincidence. Ain't just because you can wash your hands another 3 times.
Well, no, it's more than 3 times. Like, I just knew. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I'll
definitely be more. I'll be more conscientious about shit like that for sure. How do you guys feel about wearing masks in public?
I haven't worn one yet.
I haven't done it yet either.
Because I don't feel right. It don't feel
good.
It don't feel right. It just don't. I don't know. It's weird, and I guess I got to get over that weirdness. But I really don't want to be walking through a store wearing it, because here's the thing: you wear that cloth mask, and I've got one fucking do-rag or whatever you want to call it, bandana. I used to have another one. I don't know what happened to it, but you got to take that home and wash it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't wear it twice.
No.
And I've seen some people do where you wear the N95 mask, which they told you not to fucking buy months ago or a few weeks ago. Now you're supposed to fucking buy these masks that you can't get a hold of. But wear the cloth over top of it. That way, the one disposable mask that you have doesn't get, whatever. What's the word? Contaminated.
Yeah.
So that way you can reuse it. You know what I'm saying? And I wish I did have one of them cloth masks. You see them nice ones people are wearing?
Yeah.
That you could wear over a disposable one.
I would feel better about one of those, but right now I'm rocking like a bandana with coffee filters in it because I read somewhere that coffee filters were a help.
I just feel like a robber, man. Like I'm feeling
yeah, no, me too. Like
I seen dude come into the liquor store and he had one on and it had the point down at the end, like he didn't even try to tuck it.
Yeah.
And it's like, God dang, dude, man, that's what they used to do to rob people. And that was one of the things I've seen where people aren't wearing them because of the what's the word?
Stigma.
Yeah, the stigma of what that used to represent here in the United States.
Well, I tuck mine under my shirt, but even when I was, see, I have worn a mask to do nefarious things before. And that was always how I rocked mine. I wanted it, under my shirt so it wasn't flapping around and shit. But so, like, when I went into, like, say, the other day, we had to get, because we were down to fucking almost nothing. So we had to do a big shop. So I had to go to a few different grocery stores. I had to hit up the fucking vape shop to get vape juice, and I had to go to the liquor store because I need to drink. And like for like the big stores, I didn't really mind. You know what I'm saying? Just throw my mask on, fucking go into the store, yada yada yada, get my shit. But going into the vape shop and the liquor store, which are both like very small businesses, where I have like a rapport with the people, like I couldn't bring myself to mask up before I went in there because it just felt, especially the liquor store, because I mean, fucking liquor stores get robbed all the fucking time, you know? So, like, what I want to know is retail workers who are listening to us, what makes you more nervous right now? Somebody with a mask or without? That's been on my fucking mind for a couple of days.
Yeah. And I'd kind of like to know what people are doing to cope with. Like, what's a fucking good TV show series that I could watch that I haven't already seen that's interesting to fucking pass my time? Because, gosh damn, man. I watched so many movies, and our movie of the week next week is The House by the Cemetery, right?
Yeah. Lucio Fulci.
So just to give a heads up on that, if you're listening and you're going to listen next week for the movie of the week, The House by the Cemetery from 1980. We're not going to give anything up on that, Jam.
What?
And then the week after that, it's going to be The Detectives.
Yeah. Nice.
Both on Shudder.
Yes.
Actually, it'll be 2 weeks after that. It just depends on how we're going to do this.
Yeah.
But Detectives. So it's supposed to be a horror comedy.
Hey, we could cool. We could record 2 episodes a week now.
We could.
Yeti's like,
I mean, I wouldn't mind. Fuck, man, I ain't doing nothing.
We're not doing anything. That's what I was saying. Jim Jam was like, well, what are we going to do? Like, we don't ain't got to watch that movie till next week. I was like, well, I mean, we could record that episode like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
We could bust out episodes. We couldn't really do Corona talk on it, or QuarenTalk, I mean, on each episode like we've been doing, because we'd have to record that separately or something. We wanted to really get down to each week.
Well, on the horror basement, we can kind of have a new host, and so it'll be something new with her because she'll only be on the horror basement. Yeah,
true. We are considering that. That will probably happen though. So
yeah, if you haven't to the episode with Lady of the Bay, I take a producer role when she's on, because why do you want to hear me fuck it up when you got these three, those three awesome fuckers talking, and I'm over here mush mouthing it?
No, you ain't mush mouth. Hell, it's one episode, dude. Stop fucking being so critical on yourself. But yeah, if you have any suggestions on what we could watch,
be critical. Are you the only one that can do that?
Yes, obviously.
Us two can only be critical.
Yeti is not critical as you, except I'm fucking up times about when we record.
Damn it!
That was okay. I didn't care today. It was.
Oh well, I know that. Yeah. Talking about other times that it's happened, and
it's happened multiple times.
Today I was kind of hoping for a later time, honestly. So it all worked out.
He said 1 o'clock. When he said 1 o'clock our time, we're Central, Yeti's Eastern, and I was like, well, we'll have to see what Yeti says. But pretty sure I was over here thinking to myself, he said afternoon, and I was thinking like later. Like I think he really meant evening. But I didn't want to,
to clarify next time.
Because I mean, he's obviously celebrating Passover.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sorry, we're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into that.
Look down real quick.
Huh.
How much he? Yeah, that shows you how much he supports.
Yeah.
That was a joke. The only way you see that is if you go to YouTube and watch this in the video. Like,
yeah.
That didn't do any good for you on the audio. That was a joke.
I did get the boy a Easter basket with some Kinder eggs and stuff in it.
I mean, why not though?
You know? Well, yeah, I mean, fuck, you got to do something. I mean, I'm going to make some deviled eggs later.
To me, Easter, in which we missed out, I don't get to visit my family. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
I always look forward to that. As I got older, I didn't take advantage of it when I was younger. If you're in your 20s, you're like, well, it don't matter. I'm going to live longer. Yeah, but your grandparents may not. Go fucking spend some time with your family.
yeah.
I didn't spend a whole lot of time with my family because, well, I was on drugs a lot of my fucking young.
Yeah, yeah.
So
me too.
I didn't want to be around them. I didn't want to disrespect them.
Yeah.
If you're on drugs, just get the fuck off drugs. It's not good.
Yeah.
At least hardcore drugs.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move past that.
I was around my family all the time when I was younger, and now I hardly see them. It's just the opposite.
Well.
Yeah, I missed out. Yeah. If you're younger and you're, take some time, man.
Don't take advantage of your family.
Yeah, go see your grandparents, man. They got a lot to tell you.
That's the only thing. Who cares if you don't like your cousins or your aunts or your uncles? Try to get along with your grandparents. Maybe your grandparents were dickheads, though. Who fucking knows? I don't know.
You know, if you got cool grandparents, man, go spend. Don't wait for a holiday. Go make a day. Yeah. Go spend some time. Drink some coffee with grandma, and learn some shit, man. I spent most of my early 20s either in the joint or spun out. And by the time I got out and got my shit together, both my grannies were gone.
I got granny. I got one granny, and I lived with her for 3 or 4 years when I moved back from where I moved from and got in a bunch of trouble. Thank God I did, because I talked to her like, "What's your favorite food? What was it like? But anyways, love your family, hold them, whatever, and especially now.
Yeah,
we're gonna get to a better positive. Is it positive? This is positive. This is a little cool, I think. Wait, hold on. Before we get in this, if you believe 5G is causing the coronavirus, you're a fucking idiot. I just want to move on.
Pollock.
Okay. Yeah. We're moving on.
Eddie caused another negative.
We got one negative review, and it is because Yeti and a Pollock joke.
Look,
I want to throw this out here, though. I am around, like Polish and that whole area. I mean, I do have relatives, like it's in me. So I don't take offense to it. It's a small percentage, but
yeah,
if you fucking get mad over a Pollock joke, I can understand. You're probably tired of hearing them, but it's never going to stop. It was a joke.
I do want to point some things out since we started this, and I'm about half in the bag. I did. I unintentionally started it because I was literally just making a Pollock joke. But all right, I just want to say that I'm just kidding, man. I'm just having fun. I'm just having a good time. I don't mean to insult the Pollocks. I don't want you Pollocks to take offense. Okay, and there was a part of the review was that it's this fucking goddamn like thinly veiled racism that you see all the time. That's if this joke was about African Americans or Mexicans, it would be people would be super pissed about it. But blah 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 yada yada yada. Look, motherfucker, here's the thing. I don't make fun of black people because making fun of black people is fucking, there's like a whole history of systemic racism, like slavery and shit behind that. So it's really wrong to do, and it's hurtful. And if I make fun of Mexicans, it's okay. You know why? because I'm a fucking Mexican. So eat a dick. Eat a fucking dick taco. And honestly, I'm surprised. I'm assuming that the person that wrote the review was a Polak, and it super shocks me that they wrote that negative review because they forgot the recipe for ice. I didn't even know they could fucking spell. All right, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to everybody.
that's funny. But I mean, you know, like my family had up in Milwaukee had friends that were Miyajushetsky. Yeah, well, they called them Mud. They shortened down their name to like Grandma Mud instead of Miyajushetsky. Because that's just where, you know what I mean? Like, and my grandmother's last name was Gilo, and like, you know, it doesn't matter. Anyways, let's move on. I got something cool. So they're going to send another rover to Mars, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to attach a helicopter to it, like a small helicopter. I imagine it's bigger than a drone. And it's going to live on this rover for a little while until it can get its own power source up with solar energy. Right?
Right.
Which is pretty fucking cool. But it's going to be, and from what I've seen, they tested it out to do, they tested Mars surface, atmosphere, and everything on it, you know, like in a vacuum chamber. It'll be able to fly 2 feet off the ground. Which, granted, yeah, that's not real high, right?
No.
But you know how fast, you know how more you can move with 2 feet off the ground? Like, in my opinion. Like,
you're not getting that ground resistance.
Yeah, to not be strolling on the ground. You'll be up a little bit. You'll be able to catch a little bit of different view than just on the ground. Because depending on where all the cameras are mounted, how big this thing is, it could be 4 feet off the ground. You know, where the camera at the top is. I think it's pretty awesome, man. And if it works and if it gets there, you know, there's all kinds of shit that could happen before it gets there. And if it really records the Arizona desert as great as we think it can, that'll be awesome.
You know what I think? I think they're only telling us half the truth, and I'm on the other side of you here, Johnny.
It's true though. This is actually true though. That's really happening.
Yeah. What I think, because, you know, it's NASA, never a straight answer is what that stands for. So I think they're telling us about half the truth, and that son of a bitch is going to go up there, but it's not just going to fly 2 feet off the ground, and it's not just got cameras on it. That is a Predator drone, fucking armed to the teeth, and they're sending it up there to do a drone strike on a fucking small Martian encampment. See, much like they did when they came to, like white people did when they came to America, they know that they've got to kill off most of the indigenous population of Mars before we can terraform it. So this drone strike from 1 billion miles away is just their testing grounds for destroying the entire Martian civilization.
Let me ask you this: if just say in like 20 years, if the miraculous thing of terraforming happened, like we had an advancement in technology that was just fucking light years away, or whatever you want to call it, just fucking amazing, and next they hit something, you know, and water become on Mars, and the atmosphere changed. They paid you to go to Mars. Would you go?
Negative.
It'll take forever to get there, though, won't it? What was it? How long?
No, it was like 6 months. It was like 6 months. It wasn't long. I thought it was like years, but it wasn't.
How long does it take for a signal to get there to move the drone, or the drone or the rover?
Dude, I don't know, because this is my hard part about this whole are we on Mars thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
with a cable, like when you had satellite or antenna TV, and the signal cut out a lot. You know how you get shitty service on fucking with your cell phone?
Yeah.
How the fuck they get such good service on a fucking Mars or on the moon?
5G.
Well, what you got to think is that they get technology long before we do. Like before the general population.
I understand the 10 year. I understand the 10-year plus, but
yeah, and think about the accelerated growth of technology that we see in the private sector.
Well, I'm just saying, like antenna TV, like when it was VHF or whatever, UHF, was it? That wasn't.
Go turn the antenna.
UHF, not VH. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, like turn the antenna. But like, why couldn't we get better coverage? But I guess they got that antenna pointed that direction all the time. But
yeah,
you're sending it that far away. It takes a long time, though. It takes like 12 or 13 minutes, right, to get a signal.
I don't know how they're gonna fly a drone with a 15-minute signal. Like,
well, it's all pre-programmed.
Yeah, if you plot out every single movement for that drone,
so
beforehand,
and they plot contingencies into it, and that's why they're gonna be able to take a nap and eat a fucking steak sandwich while that drone fucking decimates a small encampment of Martian people.
Well, it's going into a crater too, so.
I'm
not understanding why they like the craters. Maybe it's because there's less wind in the craters.
Yeah, and it's deeper into the surface. So, I mean, if there's like water hiding down there, or like the door to the inside of Mars where everybody lives, it'll be there.
That is a.
Hey, is it possible? Can anything orbit around Mars, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 8 Nazi satellites orbiting right now.
No, there's a gravitational field because it's a mass.
Yeah,
you
it has rings and shit.
Well, okay, I mean, so can they have they mapped out all of Mars?
Yeah, supposedly.
Sure.
Need a drone, I guess, to get closer.
Well, because the map is not the territory.
Well, the wind and the solar winds and everything on it are so strong. I mean, hell, it gets like to 100 and something to negative, like in a day.
Yeah.
So it's pretty crazy. I just thought it was pretty cool to see that shit. I mean, I think it's pretty awesome.
It's fucking cool that even though everything's falling apart technologically, we're still advancing. Like, I'm not being sarcastic at all. Like,
they're still moving on with all that. Did you see where the astronauts are coming back to Earth? From the space station?
Why would you, though?
Well, I think because it's just time for them to come back.
Yeah.
Like, there's no real option. It's like, hey, you need to come back,
So
that'd be a bitch, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, and they're all worried about that shit, like, oh, God, we got to come back.
I bet their immune systems are all, like...
weak. Can't be fucking strong out there.
Yeah.
I mean, so they're going to come back and probably be quarantined which they already are for a couple weeks. They'll probably be quarantined for months.
I would be.
Yeah. I would be like, hey, loved one.
Yeah, I'd be saying, I ain't going nowhere outside.
Well, you might not be saying you ain't fucking because, I mean, if you got a wife or a boyfriend or whatever, you're probably going to be like...
Yeah.
I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
That makes
sense. It's like, they talked and they're like, fuck that virus, come home. Your fields lay unplowed.
Do you think the dick works different after coming back from space?
That is something I've never heard of, Jim Jam. I don't know if science has asked that question. I imagine they have, though. They have.
They have.
I think there's astronauts that jerked off in space.
No. Oh, I would.
Oh, come on, dude. We're fucking daddy goddamn Clayton. You fucking shit's flying through with the bubble.
What? Catch it in a fucking sock like a goddamn civilized human being. I wouldn't just shoot it off into the goddamn cabin like some sort of fucking
That's not as funny.
Savage. I
That's
mean,
funny, though.
More than once.
It's not funny. You got to at least do it once.
Yeah, just once, just shoot it like a fucking save up for a week and blast that shit into space.
What's it? I don't know a good Russian name.
Why?
Well,
You're like, hey, Servio.
Hadouken!
Hadouken!
So you know,
Damn it. You fucking bloody American. No.
as soon as Elon Musk starts allowing people to not allowing, but sending them to space, there's going to be space porn.
I hope so.
Let's talk about this fucking the fast food killer.
This bitch.
What's his name again?
His name is Paul Dennis Reid. One of the most white trash names I've heard this week. Paul Dennis Reid Jr.
Yeah, Junior. Don't forget that. Oh, fucking.
Because that was totally a name that needed to be passed along.
Oh, PJ.
PJ.
Yeah, Paul Jr.
Everybody got their notes ready?
Yeah, I got it.
Yep.
That's cool. I'll leave.
Send me any notes.
Yeah, dude.
Email.
I emailed them to you.
Well, now you tell me.
Well, you can't. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I'll lead on this. I'll take point. Today we're going to be looking at a serial killer from right here in Tennessee, Paul Dennis Reid Jr., aka the fast food killer. He was a serial mass murderer, a career criminal, a victim of botched plastic surgery, and an all-around piece of shit. I mean, seriously, look at it. Like, seriously, guys. Maybe for the video.
Look, man.
I mean, he just fucking look up. Just Google fast food killer, y'all, and you see this ugly piece of shit. Yeah, here you go. Here you look at this motherfucker. Doesn't he just wide neck, little chin motherfucker.
Yeah, that was the weird thing. Like he had such a like I don't know. It was just weird. Like his neck was so way bigger than his head. Anyways, go ahead.
Fast food killer's story starts in Texas. He was just one of a brood of children spawned by Paul Reid Sr. and his wife, Joni. Those are some real fucking Texas-sounding names, aren't they? That's just all Texas. It totally explains. Anyway, when his parents divorced and he and his sister moved into it with their grandmother, it soon became obvious that Paul was uncontrollable. He abused animals, he stole shit, he destroyed property, he did all kinds of little badass kid shit. By the time he was 4 years old, he was already trying to murder his fucking grandmother.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Like, part of me is like, dude, that's bone chilling that a 4-year-old is trying to kill somebody. But then again, if you get taken out by a 4-year-old, it was your time, dog.
There was oh shit! I wish I could remember. I watched something about a serial killer, and his aunt or something. He was like 3 years old, and he was laying out fucking knives on her bed. Fucking at 3. God, I've watched so much freaking true crime, like old ass cold case fucking shows and stuff.
Oh yeah.
On Tubi, so I don't even remember. Anyways, go ahead. Yeah. That'd be fucked up though.
Yeah, well, it's fucking, he's obviously like from a young age, there's something wrong here.
Yeah.
Y'all know how wine gets better with age? Well, Reid didn't age like wine. He aged like dog shit on the sidewalk. He kept getting worse and worse over time. His juvenile rap sheet grew like fucking super fast. This motherfucker was bullying kids, beating motherfuckers up, fucking robbing folks, doing burglaries, stealing cars, all kind of shit. He even tried to sexually assault his mom and his sister.
Yeah.
What kind of fucking psycho tries to sexually assault their mother?
To me, that's like you didn't seek help for him.
Yeah, and we make it. I mean,
maybe he was poor. I can understand if you're really poor, but that's like where you call the state and you're just like, hey, we got an issue here.
We may get into this. I kind of hope we don't, but I'm not really for the death penalty. But sometimes, when a dog has a bunch of puppies and it sees one that's fucked up and it just kills it, sometimes nature says no to a child, and I feel like the fast food killer here is one of them kids that nature said no to, and somebody should have just knocked him in the fucking head and threw him in a river. But that's just me. Finally, in 1984, he was convicted of a series of restaurant robberies in Texas. I think it was like a steakhouse somewhere in Austin that he had robbed. And while he was in prison, he supposedly told some fellow inmates to dress nice and cut your hair short so nobody suspects you. He also said that next time he wouldn't leave any witnesses. To be completely fair,
he didn't fucking lie.
He was a man of his word. He tried his damnedest to live up to that promise.
Oh, yeah.
Despite being a general piece of shit and assaulting hospital staff when he had to go to the hospital and prison staff while he was locked up, and fucking, I'm assuming, fucking fighting with other inmates and doing all kinds of nefarious shit behind bars like you do. And even though people had labeled him like a menace to society, he was a danger to himself and others, the Texas Parole Board let him out in 1990. Thanks a whole fucking lot, Texas. Look, I don't want to offend anybody from Texas. I'm not trying to assault anybody, the Texas intelligence or anything. Please don't cancel me. I'm just saying. Over the next 7 years, Reid was busy bouncing back and forth between Texas and Oklahoma. Yeah, like Oklahoma needs more fucking scumbags. And he even made his way all the way up to visiting Illinois when he wasn't busy molesting all the fucking kids he can get his hands on, because apparently he reportedly molested like family members' kids, his girlfriend's kids. This dude was just a fucking piece of shit. It's like a fucking, like, you know, if you're a serial killer, that's one thing, but you go molesting kids, somebody really should have knocked him in the head and threw him in the fucking river. He was learning how to play guitar and convincing himself that his singing voice was somewhere between the great and mighty Hank Williams Sr. and Garth Brooks.
Fucking idiot.
Hopefully Jim Jam can find the fucking audio to put this in the podcast. He's on wherever you listen to. Not the he won't be able to get it here, but
he got him some headshots made. After he got his plastic surgery done, he got him some headshots made, sitting there with a guitar, looking like a fucking child molesting piece of shit with a cowboy hat and a guitar on. And then he decided that he was going to take himself to the great state of Tennessee and make it big in Nashville with his no fucking talent and his child molesting ways, that's how that piece of shit made it here in Tennessee. And he stayed here for a while, and then he started doing crimes. Well, crimes that we know of. For one, he, in February of 97, he fucking weaseled his way into a Captain D's before it opened, trying to apply for a job, quote unquote. Once inside, he forced the 16-year-old girl and their manager, a 25-year-old guy, forced them into the cooler, put him face down. Kind of probably one of them, all right, look, motherfucker, don't look at me. Get in this cooler, fucking lay down, face down on the floor. I'm gonna fucking empty this register. You count to 500 and then you come out. I'm gone and you're going about your day. I just want the money. He gets him in the cooler. They lays him face down on the floor. Fucking caps both of them execution style in the back of the head. He fucking robbed him for whatever the fuck they had. It was apparently a large amount, like $3,500 or some shit like that, because he used that cash to put a down payment on a car. Around about a month later, on March 23rd, because this happened, the first one was February 16th, so about a month later was March 23rd, a little over a month. He rolled up to a McDonald's on Lebanon Road in the Hermitage, and right after closing, Lebanon Road. It's in the Hermitage.
Yes, Lebanon.
And yeah, sure, whatever. He approached 4 employees as they exited the store after closing. At gunpoint, he forced them back into the restaurant. Yeah, you're getting off work in a fucking shift at McDonald's. You're fucking cleaned up, you done all your lobby shit, and you're ready to go home. And then some cocksucker puts a gun in your face and makes you go back to work. What a piece of shit. And then it got worse. He fucking shot all 3 of them to death execution style in the storeroom. The guy, he tried to shoot Jose Antonio Ramirez Gonzalez, but his weapon failed.
No, it didn't fail. It didn't fail. He only had a 6 shot, so he shot each of them twice. He had the fucking bullets. The fucking kill dude.
This bitch ass dude didn't even know. He thought he was in an action movie, and his revolver was endless. This dumb bitch. He stabbed Gonzalez 17 times.
Oh, in the back, and around the neck area.
To avoid further attacks, Gonzalez was fucking smart. He laid still and pretended to be dead. Fucking shout out to you, Mr. Gonzalez. Reid took $3,000 from the cash registers and got the fuck out. When the scene was discovered, Gonzalez was taken to a nearby hospital, treated, and survived. He was eventually able to testify against Reid to get this motherfucker put in prison. About a month after that, a little less than a month, on April 23rd, he rolled up to a Baskin Robbins on Wilma Rudolph Boulevard in Clarksville. He went to the door after closing and talked to the employees into letting him inside. Once inside, Reid kidnapped Angela Holmes, 21, and Michelle May, 16, forced the two to Dunbar Cave State Park. Like, he put him in his car, fucking kidnapped him, and took him up there. The bodies were discovered in a shallow part of a lake with their throats cut by a park ranger the next day. Now,
that was the rationale on that was her brother was one of the 16-year-old's brother was going to come pick her up. And they think that she said something, thinking maybe he'll leave because her brother's coming. Well, he said, "Nah, fuck that. Put him in the car." You're taking 2 fucking women. That's what kind of pissed me off a little bit more than the rest of them. Like, killing the damn little teenagers.
Yeah, these kids had their whole fucking lives ahead of them.
And he worked in fast food. He worked in fucking restaurants.
He knows what it's like.
Yeah, like, the struggle. Like, you're just a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's a big piece of shit. And during this time, and he got caught a little like he was only rocking for about 5 months in Nashville doing this shit. But in that time, there was a huge response. I read it in a different article where they talked to the head detective on the case. Super interesting stuff. But he was talking about what they were doing in Nashville at the time. Like, if you were a fast food worker, you had a sticker that you put on the back window of your car because police were fucking deep on fast food restaurants at night. So they'd roll through, and if there was a car without that fast food worker sticker, they'd fucking roll up in the store and investigate.
I wouldn't work past 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand why you would have back then. I'd been like, hey, you have to close down at fucking 8.
Yeah.
I'm cleaning up and we're fucking out. Fuck you.
We're out of here. This Baskin Robbins case is also like a clear fucking escalation. And you see it like going forward, like I don't think robbery was his real game. I think that, like, you look at his past, he's got sexual assault, he's got flat out assault, he's got all these crimes, and a lot of serial killers you see that with, you'll see petty shit, petty crimes, theft, sexual stuff in their past, and then it keeps growing into a Dahmer or a fucking Bundy or something like that. And they they slowly escalate over time.
This guy, he come full circle though. I think I think he was building up to who he really wanted to kill.
Yeah.
And that's the next story, right? That's the next.
Well, the next one after the Baskin Robbins is the one that got him caught.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where I think it was moving to. Like he really wanted to kill this guy.
Yeah, it seems like that.
But he was too big of a pussy to do it at first.
I think that this was just an escalation away from this was they give themselves little allowances and they let themselves go outside their pattern and to more fully escalate. And I think this was a step outside the pattern into away from robberies of.
Well, I'm thinking the robbery. Like he robbed the first one and it's like, okay. But the killing is what really got him. And I think he really thought, well, how could I get this guy? Because he's not working to close. And it's not a fast food place. He knows, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the Shoney's manager that fired him, which is what you're about to talk about.
Yeah. I think there's that. Like he had a fucking bone against this guy, but I also think that this is like more escalation, more moving away from just his pattern of because the kills. He's obviously enjoying the kills. Yeah. Like he's got an MO here, and and you see him break away from his even if it was because the younger girl's brother was coming, you see him break away from his pattern and still make those kills. And so you see him breaking further away from his pattern here by going to Mitch Roberts' house. And Roberts fully believed that he was going to fucking come in and kill his entire family. And if that were true, that would show him moving away from being this robber that just kills by circumstance to a home invasion killer who was more in line with like a fucking a Dennis Rader or a fucking even a East Area rapist or something like that. But this is the one that got him caught. Reid went to his former boss, Mitch Roberts. Like we said, he was a Shoney's manager who had fired him before, and he was there trying to, under the pretense of trying to talk him into rehiring him at Shoney's. After they talked for a few minutes, Reid pulled a gun and a knife, which I think is kind of overkill, one or the other. I mean, you have some class. He upped his weapons on his fucking boss like a piece of shit, or his ex-boss. Roberts, being the fucking intelligent man that he was able to get inside, lock Reid out, and call the cops, protect his family. Fucking good on you, Mr. Roberts. Good on you. You did right. Reid did get away, but from the information that that Roberts was able to give the police, they were able to hunt down and capture Reid. So he was tried. He was given 3 trials, one for each fast food place.
Hey, Eddie.
Huh?
They didn't hunt him down. They set him up in a sting because he immediately called back not long after his former boss. He wanted to apologize, but he brought somebody back with him, and they set him up.
That's what I didn't understand was he called back and he was like, well, can we still work through this? Why did he bring the other person? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I was wondering. Like, was the other person working with him?
Maybe back.
Or
maybe, I don't know.
It was just weird. It was weird.
Might have been like a show of good faith. Like, I've got somebody here with me. I'm not going to kill you because there's another witness.
True.
It could have been any number of things. It could have been because he had a roommate in Nashville where he was living. So he may have, like, I don't know. He made a fucking, because you know how it is with scumbags. You've both known scumbags who are like, hey, man, check this out. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go fucking get this, and we're going to fucking talk to this dude like it's all cool, and we're going to rob him. And then it's your position as a human being to be like, no, that's a bad fucking idea. But, yeah, they set him up. and they were able to capture him. He was given 3 trials. And they had to draw jurors from like West Tennessee and East Tennessee because they'd given it a whole bunch of media coverage in Middle Tennessee, and they knew that he couldn't get a fair trial, which, I mean, points to the fucking justice system for that. This dude's a fucking piece of shit, and spoiler, he is dead, and I'm glad he's fucking dead. He should have been killed a long time ago or locked in a fucking little box somewhere where he couldn't hurt nobody. But they, it doesn't matter how big of a piece of shit you are, you do deserve due process and a fair trial, and I will give a nod to the Tennessee justice system on that. After it all shook out, Reid was given 7 death sentences. That is more than any single person has been handed in the fucking history of the state of Tennessee.
And he didn't get him one of them.
Because there was a lot of fucking appeals. There's a lot of, because like, if you don't know, which I don't know how you don't, but in America, if you're given a death sentence, you're given fucking a bunch of appeals, which is good. I fully believe that someone should be able to exhaust their appeals because this is a system built on being fucking innocent until proven guilty.
Well, they've also gotten a lot of shit wrong, so.
Yeah, there's a lot of innocent people who have been in prison for years and years and executed. That's why I'm not for the death penalty, like, at all. After the trial, he was given 7 death sentences. His family and a lot of anti-death penalty activists went out and campaigned on his behalf. They said that he was mentally incompetent to make his own legal decisions and stuff like that. But this dude was a fucking calculating killer. He knew the difference between right and wrong. He knew to tell other fucking inmates to make yourself presentable so you wouldn't be fucking pegged instantly as a criminal. He knew to fucking not leave witnesses to his crimes. This dude was absolutely fucking mentally fit to stand trial. Just from a layman's analysis of the little bit of information that we can find on him. He wasn't retarded. He was fucking stupid. He was a piece of shit. He was a waste of fucking space and oxygen and skin, but I don't believe that he was mentally unfit. He displayed erratic decision making. He chose to appeal some verdicts, not others. And he was talking about how he was willing to die for his fucking crimes or whatever. And then but before that, he had fought super hard, which I get. Like, you fight and fight and fight and fight and fight and fight. And then finally you're like, fuck it, just end this. Because prison sucks dick, and I'm sure death row sucks bigger dick. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, Reid exhibited public signs of paranoia, calling his defense team actors and claiming he was part of a United States government mind control project called Scientific Technology that monitored his every move. That's the worst name for a fake made-up government conspiracy that I've ever heard, which makes me either think that it's either complete horse shit or every word of it's true. Like, there's no gray area on that one. Because, MK Ultra was real. MK often is real. But Scientific Technology, I mean, they have way better, they have better, more creative people naming their fucking clandestine government experiments than Scientific Technology. So, in cross-examinations, the prosecution attempted to counter this defense by claiming that Reid was a crafty con artist using these delusions as a defense mechanism. And I don't usually side with the prosecution, and I definitely almost never side with the police, but I gotta give it to him. This sounds like a con job, and not a really good one either. You know what I'm saying? through appeals and some fucking Supreme Court cases and stuff, Reid was not killed by lethal injection, which, from my understanding, it's a 3-drug cocktail. The first puts you to sleep. The second puts you into a deeper, almost coma state. The third produces cardiac arrest, which is supposed to be painless if given correctly. Reid, however, died in 2013 in a hospital in Nashville at Nashville General at Meharry? I don't know. It was complications due to pneumonia, heart failure, and upper respiratory issues. He had been in the hospital for about 2 weeks. And I feel like that's really fitting, as opposed to the death penalty that they would have given him, that if administered properly would have been very painless and very quick. Have either of you guys ever had pneumonia before?
No, thankfully not.
I don't believe so, but I hear it's pretty bad.
My grandmother has had it a lot. So
I spent almost a week in the hospital a couple of years ago with double pneumonia. It was the most terrifying time of my entire life. Having pneumonia feels like drowning.
yeah, you suffocate.
You can't get a full breath. It feels like you are being suffocated. It's painful. It's uncomfortable, and it's fucking terrifying. And like, I've been in a lot of positions in the past where, things were probably going to end badly for me, and they didn't. I've always lucked out of situations. I'm pretty sure I almost OD'd a couple of times, but I've never been afraid of death. I've never been more scared than I was while I was suffering with pneumonia. And I mean, that's just a personal thing. And I really feel like this death for him was fitting because his victims died in fear.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit, and he died accordingly. I'm glad he wasn't given the swift death of the executioner's hand. I'm glad that he suffered his body's slow decline and utter failure in the end. So again, kudos to the justice system on that.
Yep. So that piece of shit, he got what was coming to him, and he's gone. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, blast from the past from Tennessee. There are serial killer fast food.
Yeah.
Well, we'll definitely be talking more about some serial killers in Tennessee. But I appreciate y'all for joining us. And
if you have a subject you want us to talk about, let us know.
Yeah.
But
blow up that Patreon too.
Yeah, go to teenhorror.com, check us out, and take care.
Take care, y'all.
Y'all take care now.
You are listening to the Teen Horror Podcast Network.